Hello YouTube, it is Chris here, and in today's episode we're actually going to be discussing and showcasing my grid down survival prepping stockpile. Welcome back everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. Now, about 2 years ago, we did a video just like this where I showed off my survival stockpile. And just like in that video, there's still quite a few things that we have to work on and improve to try to just get ourselves to the level that we personally want to be. And I think everyone's level and reason for prepping is completely different. They have their own needs, wants, desires for security. Because that's what all this stuff is, it's security. Kind of one of the big ones that we prep for is basically like natural disasters, and I would say like job losses, like economic issues. And that's just to make sure that we can focus on the absolute basics, but be able to take care of ourselves. If we can't afford to go to a hospital, we can't afford to go to the grocery store whenever we want. But if there is something that we have to like evacuate and leave or bug out, we obviously have our bug out bags. That's a really big thing. But the categories we're going to be covering in this episode, not to take too long, we're going to be covering food and water, first aid, power, hygiene, communication, self-defense, and last but not least, illumination and heat. So the first category is going to be food and water. Now, I have it kind of dispersed all over my home, and that's for a reason. I don't want it all in one place. So the first place I've got some food is right here. These are Thrive Life cans. And then we have a little storage unit with all number 10 cans, potatoes, chicken, and stuff like that. So we've got the 3-month food supply, Valley Food Storage. We've got 4 buckets there. That's their 3-month premium supply. Then we have 2 30-day buckets from Augustin Farms. They're super cheap, but they're very, very carbo heavy. And last but not least is we've got these crates. They're going to be a little hard to see, but there are a bunch of these crates for water. In total in our house, I'm not going to show you all of it, but we do have about 75 to 80 gallons stored away in the coolest, darkest areas we can. I also have water down in here, some behind the door. We've got a 1-week supply here. I've got my jerry cans from Lifesaver and Hydro Blue. Then, believe it or not, we've got Walmart. These are 4 6-day food supplies from, I think, like Nat Geo. You can get these at Walmart. And then we have some Wise Company stuff down here. We've got 2 84-serving buckets. They're like the entree buckets, both back in here. We've got 2 totes that have Mountain House meals, all the things, Hidden Valley food storage, all that stuff. That actually is underneath my bed usually. So apologies if I sound a little bit under the weather, but now we're on to first aid. Now this isn't everything. I'm going to show you some more in a second. So we've got my trauma kit from TNT First Aid. I actually got this at PrepperCon 2018. Link to that video, whoop, whoop, right there. Awesome, awesome, awesome doctor. He's an awesome dude. And then I've got the Bravo bucket. Also got this at PrepperCon, but I got this the year prior. So we'll kind of dive in and show you some of the contents. So this is the contents. Yeah, this thing is chock full of pretty much everything I would want. It's got decompression, it's got bleeding, it's got splints, burn care, pretty much anything from ouchie boo-boos to heavy trauma in most parts of the body. This kit, with a trained professional, someone who has training, will be able to take care of you. This is one of the most complete kits. If you want more information about this guy, I'll link him to his website. And this is the Bravo bucket. There's also the Alpha bucket, but I'm not even sure if this company's still around. I don't know why, but whatever. We got the On the Move kit. This is all Mylar sealed for long-term storage. Then we've got some other packets in here. We've got the germ kit. Got the bleeder kit, the injury kit, and then the wound kit. Now, these aren't epic, but between my bug out roll, the TNT First Aid kit, this one, and then my normal kind of like little Walmart ouchie boo boo kit, this will take care of most everything for a small family, assuming you're not in World War III. But then on top of that, we've got my medical bug out roll. So if I've got to leave, we've got some supplies on the go as well. Next category is power. Now this is not everything. This is only a couple. I'll give you some snapshots of some other stuff. But we've got my Anchor Powerhouse 200, my Rock Pals. This is a 300 watt hour generator. And we got the Novo. I totally lost the input to charge this thing. Kind of screwed. We've got a few of these floating around the house. We've got 3 30,000 milliamp batteries. Then I've got my Jackery 500 watt hour unit. Now you're just going to be seeing a full detailed breakdown of all of these. And we actually have the Kodiak Apex, but I still have that in the box. I'll show you guys that in another video. Then we've got my solar panels. These were actually tucked behind the shelving unit. We've got my Boss Watt Solar 100-watt solar panel, the Jackery 100-watt solar panel, and the Rock Pals 100-watt solar panel. So next on the list is Hygiene. Now, I'm not going to show you everything. This is one of the totes. We've got Wizzy wipes, basically compressed toilet paper tablets. We've got shit kits, period packs, potty packs, wet wipes. You can use this as an impromptu shower if you run out of water. We've got a ton of these. We love these. Then we've got Bardi Mountain Gear wipes. These are not as big as them, but a 3-pack would definitely do you. Like I said, compressed towels, these are a big one. These are most like their toilet paper tablets. We also have a composting toilet thing we can have. It's basically a prepper toilet with a 5-gallon bucket, you know, pool needle, the whole thing. Alright, and this is kind of our little pantry closet where we keep, like, you know, toilet paper towels. We usually have it way more full than this. We usually have 3 boxes of paper towels and 3 full packs at all times. We usually have 2 boxes. We're a little short. We've only got 2, so we have to go back to like Sam's Club, Costco, kind of fill up a little bit. Next category is communication. This is actually one of the ones I'm probably the most weak on, if we're going to be honest and transparent about everything. So this is all I've got to date for communication. So I hope you guys don't mind the raw nature of this footage, but this is all I got. I've got the Baofeng radios with the extended batteries. We've got chargers in the kitchen so I can keep them charged up with the solar generators. And we've got extended antennas. That gives us a little bit of reach. That's about it. That's one of our weak points. We're going to be working on communication outside of our cell phones, but you know, that's what we've got so far. Alright, next is self-defense. I'm not going to show you absolutely everything. It's none of your business about everything I've got. That's just silly to do, but I'll show you some fun stuff, because every dude loves big blades and bows, so we're good. So we got my wife's compound bow. I've got 4 crossbows by 10 point. Got a box of knives. We'll dive into that soon, because, blades, love them. Then I've got my Cold Steel Cheap Shot 130 crossbow. I just took it down. It's easier to store. And then we got some goodies. So I've got my Condor / ZGB Executioner Sword. It's a machete. This is a guilty pleasure. If we're going to be honest, this is a guilty pleasure. This thing is amazing. I've got my Cold Steel Sage Spear Gunstock War Club. I actually wanted this for like 10 years and never bought one, but like I said, the reason why you're getting to see the knives and the melee weapons is this stuff doesn't run out of ammunition. It doesn't. So when you run out of your bolts, your arrows, all that stuff, everyone's like, oh, just make arrows in the woods. I don't know how to do that. And I promise you 99.9% of you are lying in the comments. You don't know how to do it either. And it's okay. It's cool to be internet keyboard warriors, but to be honest, hand-to-hand combat's kind of going to be a thing. Got machete from Cold Steel. For hunting, especially here in Texas, I've got my mini inline vertical crossbow from Hickory Creek Archery. This thing is a beast. Pumps out like 330 feet per second. I love it. Yes, you're going to see me take it hunting. You're going to see me take it on survival adventures. And you're going to see a video on that soon. But then, one of my fun guilty pleasures that I can use out into the woods too is my Zombie Tools Parabellum. This is a new acquisition, which is why it's not in something as fancy as a tote. Then this is the knife bin. Yeah! It's got all the things. Fiddleback Outpost, Condor, Dantope's Kukris, Cold Steel knives, LT Wright, CRKT, Mora, Cold Steel, Kalish blades. I've got axes up in here. I like Casey knives, one of my favorite knives, Helm Forge. Now the reason why I keep this in totes is, one, it's organized. It's in a place where I know to go grab it. But big reason why I keep it all in a tote is a lot of the stuff is made of high carbon steel, so I keep it oiled up and just keep it out of the elements just to make sure it's a little more protected. And ever since I did this, I haven't had a single issue with rust. The next topic is illumination and heat. Basically, in my situation, because I live in South Texas, heat isn't as big of a concern, so I guess we'll call it cooking, food procurement. Now, we do have firewood, we have a fireplace, but it's kind of hidden behind a few tons worth of gear, so it's not as easy to get a hold of. But we've got my Solo Stove Bonfire. I've got my Apocalypse Tongs, so I can mess with I got my apocalypse tongs. These will help me for the fireplace if we ever actually move that stuff around. I've got tons of firewood out there. We have them in boxes. Like I said, I live in the city, so I can't really go. I don't have property. I live in an apartment, so I have to collect what I have. We have about 30 boxes that you can see right here. It's pretty good to go. Then I've got all my little portable camp stoves, my cookware up here with my little pots and pans and utensils and everything. But as far as illumination goes, I've got a ton of stuff. We got some Gopher Wild, Olight, through night headlamps and such. I like to go hands-free. We got tons and tons of batteries for each one of these. I want to say we have 5 batteries per headlamp and flashlight in the house to make sure we're good to go. Outside of our candles for illumination that you guys have seen, which I'll show you that, we've got lanterns too, like electronic ones. If we want a little bit more light, we want to use less candles, we're running low. We've got these. Then I've got to say I've got my top flashlights. These all run about 2,300 to 3,000 lumens a piece, which is a far cry smaller than the big behemoths that were invading the market back in the day when they had to be like this big and it took like 50 batteries to plug them in and use them. So the fact they've gotten smaller and more efficient has been really cool to for space saving. And within cooking, fire starting. So we've got Strike Anywhere Maxes, a bunch of fat wood, black and white fire starting cups that we're going to be utilizing. We've got fat wood back in here, my little fire tinder go tubes. We've got chaga mushrooms and stuff up there. We've got this tote right here, which is fire plugs, pyro putty, black and white fire starters, bunch of stuff. We've got knick-knack stuff in there, bunch of stuff. This is all my fire steels back in here, and then we've got my other fire bin right in here. I like fire. I purchase a lot of fire. Yeah, I'm into fire starting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. My big takeaway from this, shelving units. I don't care if you live in an apartment or a big house, shelving units will help you maximize your space for things in your house. I do suggest have geocaches available, like, you know, stick stuff in different places outside of your home. This is stuff I've got for like a bug in. If we've got a bug out, we've got our bug out bags, and we've got locations to go and grab stuff. That's just how it is. I didn't cover every single topic. If you want more info and deeper dives on specific items I think people should be stockpiling on and hoarding, we definitely have a video that you guys can go check out up there. And we also have different barter items you can pick up at local retailers across the country. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It gave you some ideas on how we prep, and it gives you guys ideas to kind of maximize the space in your living conditions. But that's the best for now. Hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.